And they're like, it's nice you know that, but we're not changing it. So, yeah, it seems to be the attitude of the state.
So who would be the grant person, the college?
It's possible that they might be able to assist with that up there at the college. I don't know who it is exactly who would contact, but, and then of course, the IDA, I mean, they write grants all the time and deal with that kind of stuff, and they might be willing to help.
And who is the idea?
That's the
Glenn
county.
Nalis?
Glenn Nalis of the county.
Okay, well, if there's a fee, we certainly pay the fee. It would be less than a $50,000 engineering assessment.
Yeah, I mean, they're very, you know, they're used to dealing with the state and all the different departments, the DEP, you name it, they deal with, especially in Delaware County, so.
And Nicole, county planning.
Yeah, Nicole.
Being floodplain issues.
Right,
flooding
she might
issues,
be able
they
to
might
help
be able
too.
to help
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well,
Yep.
great, thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
We'll make some calls and see where it
Okay.
goes.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Okay. Next up, committee reports. Highway machinery, Al, Bill, Darren, somebody?
Darren? Yeah.
Well, oil and stone was complete as scheduled with minimal problems. But
I just wish you'd have scheduled it earlier in the summer so my grass would have grown. As soon as you scheduled oil and stone, then it started to rain, and it
Yep.
rained like 2 days and 6 weeks.
I remembered that. That put us behind a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, but that's all done for this year. That's the start of that work program.
So how many miles got completed?
7 miles this year. If we can stick on that for 5 years, we'll be almost
Pretty good
around the
shape.
mile. Yep.
You're working on getting your paperwork in for the CHIPS money on that, so we get paid quicker.
Well,
Hopefully. Hopefully.
that we'll have to discuss, but.
I don't wanna hear that. I don't need any more problems.
Yeah, that'll come up. I know the other thing that's probably on everyone's mind is that Hamden Hill project.
Yes.
It's not a fast process. Obviously, there's 3 entities involved in it.
2 of which claim they have no responsibility whatsoever.
Only one is actually having us problems. The other one's shying away a little bit now from what they were originally. I guess I can say for every step back, there's about a step and a half forward. So we're gaining a little bit, but it's not the slow process.
Do I need to call my contact at the Power Authority and rattle the cage a little bit?
Power Authority is what we're waiting on. Power Authority is very, they're the ones that are going to work with us the most at this point.
Well, they should, because
Well, I know from
they
my
kind of
conversation,
misled us on what the project was gonna be. It
Yep.
got a lot bigger, and if we'd have known it was gonna be that big, we probably would have required a bond before they ever started working
Yep.
up there, but.
They do seem to be the most cooperative. I just haven't had a good contact with them yet, on and off, but most of it's all been through the general contractor.
So obviously, the repair work will not be completed before the snow flies.
Nope. If it can be reprofiled, it would be ideal if the project was not completed anyway. Reprofiled, laid back down and left for gravel for the
Yeah.
winter, let everything settle out, regrade it and pave it in the spring. That would be ideal anyway, regardless of our time frame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any way we're gonna get it all done this year.
But I think we definitely need to make sure they do it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's,
yeah, we've gotta keep the pressure on them.
absolutely.
They've come back with some ideas.
Well,
The ideas have been shot
I
down
mean,
already, so.
my opinion is that we should tell them what we want. And I don't see where there should be a whole lot of negotiation.
No.
You gave them the numbers.
They agreed what was gonna happen with that road, it needs to be done. Either do it, or we call up Dave and have him handle it.
Yeah.
well, and I think,
I don't
you know, in my
know.
conversations with Darren, I think we gotta trust him to some extent and make sure that, I don't know if we wanna go right to threatening people,
I didn't think so.
perhaps a friendly phone call from the supervisor to the power authority.
I'll call
If you think that you can deal nicely with the power authority, then go for it, but I certainly don't trust anybody that has
I'm
anything
always,
to do with
I'm
the
always
state.
nice.
And that's kind of what we're waiting on, really. is that-
Really, you know, it's,
I mean, I've
it
talked to
shouldn't be a
him,
question.
yeah, I talked to him quite a while back, and he's well aware that the road is getting trashed, so I mean, it's not a surprise to him.
And they have all their options and all their, it's all there in front of them on paper of what, however route they do want to go, but the route that was specified
Whether
by
they're gonna
us. and
pay their own
everything.
contractor to come in and put it back to our specs, or whether we're gonna do it and bill them, whatever, but. we need
They
to
have
get it.
multiple quotes in front of them, so they can go by any one of those companies too.
I'll call Steve tomorrow and make sure he has that information from him.
That'd be good.
We'll see if we get any response.
I do think it's important though that we make note of the fact that Darren has stayed right on top of this with those guys.
It does take a lot of time. There's been a lot of meetings with them, like I said, slow process, but
I don't think any of them are claiming they didn't destroy the road. I mean, it's just.
correct.
No, they're
Who's
just-
gonna pay how much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be the, it started out, it was all gonna be the contractor, and then the contractor, he wants power authority and NICEAG involved, and
And once again, too, you know, this all depends on who you talk to.
that's
Those-
what worries me the most.
those
is we're getting
corporations,
two
those
different
organizations
answers
are
from
too
the same
big.
organization.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah,
The one that I have been told multiple times right from the beginning is that the authority already included money into it before the project ever started.
yeah, they should have known.
I don't know how much yet, I don't know.
I had the discussions here at a public hearing on the project right from the start, and I said, you know, if you go trashing our road, because it is a small back road, and it's the only access to the site,
Yeah.
so.
The contractor did come through with a proposal of what to do and had the road all marked out. I did shoot all that down. I said that wasn't acceptable. Which is why the process is still going on.
No, we need to put back right.
We do. We can't settle for anything else.
Anything else on highway?
We talked last month about that plow and wing. We're 1 month closer to snowfall now. I don't know where we're at with it.
Where we have money for it.
Well, we've got money for it, we just have to decide whether we're gonna spend it or not, that's the thing. And I'm not sure, I mean, there's some confusion in regards to the, you know, basically $10,000. That's about where we're having confusion with. So, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's something we have to have. When we purchased that truck, we said we were gonna do it. And winter's coming and we need it. I don't know what else to say. You know, we do have good neighbor funds that can be used for that. And, I mean, in the past, we bought whole trucks out of there. I don't necessarily say we need to be doing that, but,
No.
I mean, we're probably one of
You
the
wouldn't
only
buy much for a
towns.
truck with what's left in there.
No.
Well, there's 200,000 in there,
No,
or 100 and something.
there's 90.
90.
How'd it get down to that low? I don't think good neighbor fund is
The
that
good
low.
neighbor is down to about 90,000.
Really?
Yeah. We spent about 120,000 on trucks last year.
Not out of that fund, we didn't. We shouldn't have taken any money out of good neighbor for that.
That's where it came out of.
Not that I would have thought, maybe. I don't think so.
And I am a fan of keeping a good neighbor around for that disaster.
That's our problem. We've,
Well, good
Been
neighbor is
spending the
supposed to
reserves
be
now.
used for anything that benefits the town.
Yep.
So I don't know whether, I mean, obviously, if there's a, you know, if there's something, you know, I don't know whether people would really want that used in the event of a disaster. I mean, you'll get it back, you should get it back.
Should get it back, right.
No guarantee.
No guarantee is the worst
There
part.
is no
That's
guarantee
getting,
on
that's
that.
getting worse and worse as the years go on.
Right.
And the 90,000, you could chew that up with the replacement of the culvert to Mtg Lake.
I don't.
One project.
It's really only 90,000.
The Good Neighbor Fund is 90.
I don't know, it got that long. I don't know why it got that long.
That's
So
why
that doesn't
that's
make
why
sense
we've
to
been
me.
hesitant to use it. And you were gonna talk to Maggie about,
I just don't recall moving the money out of it.
shuffling.
Is that page? This is the capital projects account. That, I think is the one he's thinking about.
Mhm.
That's the Good Neighbor.
Right. Yep.
Is it the framework of the plow, or just the blade, or is everything shot?
Everything's got wings worn, thin, worn through completely, which in return has cracked. And the plow frame, plow blade are both cracked and have been rewelded numerous times on it. Pins are oblong. All it takes is for one of them to go, and
So you can use that too, because that's the field.
That's, yeah, well, that was the West Lander Road.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, like I said, my biggest concern is if we get hit with a flood in January, like we've been known to do around here, if we don't have some cash on hand to hire contractors to help put roads back together, they're gonna go work where they're getting paid. And if we have to start bonding to fix roads, it's gonna lead us down a slippery slope.
Paying interest, no reimbursement. to
Yeah, there's
interest.
no reimbursement on interest from FEMA or the state.
we do, under normal circumstances, have a month before usually anybody's paid, which almost gives us that month.
Problem is FEMA can take years.
FEMA will take a while, without a doubt, but you'll be in the next year's budget by the time the money was due.
And you guys will be sitting in the shop playing cards because we won't have money for fuel.
First thing I did was throw away the deck of cards, so we don't have to do that anymore.
And we should have saved it, because you'll be burning that for heat.
The problem kind of got triggered when, at the budget public hearing, we moved 40,000 out of equipment, moved it into the highway line, which we shouldn't have moved 40. Because
No, we had to drop our number down.
we should have left more in the equipment line, is the problem.
But that 10,000 was supposed to have been carried over, is the purpose of selling that 4-in-1 bucket.
Well,
Right.
it was carried over, it was in that line, but then there was concerns that we needed more money in the highway, and that's where we moved the 40,000 out of the equipment line of the budget into the highway work fund.
But if I recall, and I
The
don't
problem is
have
we still have
that
plenty of stuff to rent
information
and
with
pay
me,
for.
but I think when we did that, we still had made adjustments in order to get that plow away. I still think, I don't have my budget information with me, but if I did, I know I have it written down. So, I don't know,
Yeah,
I just
I'm
think.
pretty sure it was in that equipment line is where we had it.
Right, but I still think we made adjustments to keep that, because we knew we were gonna need it, but I can't back that up right now, because I don't have that information with me. But, I have a lot of other information with me. So, but I still feel that somehow we've gotta do this. I mean, we should have done it, it should have been in there, I don't know why it's not in there. I have no clue. But I don't know how we're gonna have a truck without a plow.
Worst case scenario too, on a worst case scenario, catastrophic failure, one of the two, you're gonna lose the whole truck instead of just the plow and the wing.
And we're looking at 10,000, that's what we're
But
looking
the plow and the wing is 14,000, there is still that, 4,000 is still available.
at. We have 4,000 still left.
Yep, and what, yep, after the 2 payments that have to come out of equipment purchase.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where we got in trouble when we moved money out of the equipment line, because we had a couple big
Yep.
payments out of there.
Yep, 2 payments just about,
Pretty much wiped
Just
out
about
what was
take up
left.
all
in
that.
there. 'Cause we only left, what, 40?
they can
35 or
put down to
40,000?
35.
Yeah,
Yep.
that wasn't enough. I make a motion, we have also do a bake sale.
You don't want my bacon. We could be in trouble, okay?
I agree.
All in favor? All right.
Kim's a
so-
good
Well,
baker.
hopefully I do have something here.
Nikki's a good baker.
Mhm.
So we left, I have it down here that we figured it out this way, which has the plow and the wing with the brace. 11 foot one-way plow and wing plow with braces
Yeah.
for the 05 International. And we took, we added up the 12, the 16, 5.
Which lines were they?
I'm just looking on this right here on
On
this
the worksheet.
worksheet, the way we put it together.
There should be,
We took this out,
there's a, up at the top of the page.
DV 5,
5110.
yeah, 5110. We added in these, and we took this 230 out. That's where we initially had this one.
That's so high.
Yeah, there's where we stole it out of 5110.2. We took 40,000 out of there and moved it into 5110.4. Bumping that from 300 up to 340. So we started with 35 and that wasn't enough. Mike was one of those who made the call. You know, that was, we had to relocate the meeting and I don't think anybody had all their paperwork in front of them, just exactly how much we had to have in that line.
So we left 40.
35. There was 75 in the general repairs equipment, 5110.2. Then we had 300,000 in the 5110.4.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you made the motion to move 40 to the road
This-
fund out of the equipment line.
This is the budget. And I'm seeing 40. Or actually, I'm seeing 75, but I know we moved.
That's not that was the budget we
That's
went into the
preliminary.
night with, and then we changed it.
Then we
That
had
wasn't the
ratified
final
budget.
budget.
Well, okay, here's what we'll do. Let's table it for right now. Because the way I would want to do it until I can actually look at the stuff I have on it, and then I'll feel better. But my feeling is we need to do something about that. We need to come up with it somewhere, and that's just what we need to do. I'm not sure how, where, what, but
Believe me, I'd get along with what we had if we could, but we're asking for serious problems.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
The problem is we can't keep overspending every year because the safety net's disappearing. We've gotta get a handle on this and get a little better line on it.
Yeah,
Anywho.
I just want to look at the number, you know, I want to get straight in my mind what we had there so that I feel comfortable with saying we can't do it, because right now I don't.
Okay, we'll table it till next month.
Okay?
I'll call them again and see if they'll still keep them for us. We're hooked on last year's quote, which is pretty good. It doesn't happen very often, and we're holding up to it at this point. The last time they did not have a problem with it. I'll give them a call again tomorrow. It is getting the season where they'll start going quick, obviously, at this point. Summer season, nobody wants them. Nobody wants to think about them.
It's like trying to sell a snowmobile in August. Doesn't work. Anything else for highway?
No, I don't believe so.
All right, moving on, health and youth. Guess it's up to you, Billy.
Well, I don't have a ton of things to talk about. There is the first annual Delaware Academy Football Alumni Golf Tournament, the last Friday in August, which I believe is what, the 26th? The new coach up at the high school is trying to create relationships with former football players from Delaware Academy, and also trying to raise funds for some equipment that the team would like to have. So if anybody's interested, feel free to check in with me. I can give you the particulars on that. The only other thing I had, which probably should come under recreation, but we'll just spill it. Who knows, it could even come under IT, because this seems like it's right up Matt's alley. Dave Kopacek had approached me with an offer to update, I don't know how many of you even know, there's a website for the swimming pool that's been in existence for quite some time. And I think Dave told me it probably hasn't been updated in 4 or 5 years. And
Possible.
he is interested in updating that so that possibly it could have more current information on it, and folks in the community could go to a website and garner a little better understanding of where we're at in the process.
Yep. There is a person in charge of that who obviously, never mind.
Well, Dave left me
anyway.
with the understanding that he actually originally created that
Yes.
website.
Yep.
So, if you guys are in favor of it, I did not get the impression from him that he was looking for any money for doing this. And
I
if
would
that
just
is in fact the
suggest
case,
that he get in touch with Scott Olds and then have him coordinate the whole thing. That would be best, but yeah.
as long as you guys are fine with it, I'll direct him in that direction then.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Great.
I just have a footnote under health and youth. Matt and I went to the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Bramley Mountain Trail last Friday. It was well attended. Matt did not make the 4-mile journey, I did. It's nice to get up to the top, and it's a beautiful view, the overlook up Webster Brook and down on the DeWitt Farm, and it's neat to see where the old fire tower stood, and I think they did a nice job. So hats off to the Catskill Hiking Association. It's not as hard as the Ghibli Trail though.
I'll take your word for it.
The Ghibli Trail, that's a tough trail. I did that and the Bramley last week.
Somebody was mentioning Frightful Falls, and I wondered.
I
if
went down
was-
that too.
How did it get that name? Did you actually fall?
I don't know. Elsa?
3 pins, okay? 3 pins is all I'll tell you. I cannot hike anymore, okay?
It's
That's all I'll
called
say.
Elsa Falls then.
Schmidt slip.
You can name the town of Elsa, okay? Let's just leave that alone.
Okay, trains derailed.
Yep.
Economic development, shared services, anything else?
Yeah, Matt and I met with the new owner of the motel. We discussed several issues with him. Shared Services has been working for the last couple of years with a group from the college, the IDA, several different organizations, and trying to bring another motel into Delhi. And when we heard that this one was being taken over by someone new, we kind of stepped back, and instead of going into competition with somebody trying to come and bring a business to Delhi, we thought we'd give them a chance to get started. So Matt and I did go over, met with him, discussed some of the issues that we have. We're kind of, at this point, we offered our help with anything as far as being in touch with the IDA, of any grant opportunities that might be out there for him. We invited him to join the chamber, become more active with everyone. We are setting up a time for him to meet some of the Maple Shade Farm folks and some of the other venues around. And, you know, at this point, we feel that, you know, he's a young guy trying to get going here. You know, we do feel that, you know, he may be going in the right direction, so we're gonna give him some time to see how things go, and hopefully, it'll come around and meet our requirements and what we're looking for. So we'll be continuing to stay in touch with him and see what we can do.
Good deal.
Al, do you know, does he also own the lot here on the corner of Main and Elm?
No,
Or-
no, he did not purchase that. Yeah, that's, Joe still owns that, from what he said.
Recreation,
Yeah, we finally have, our mulch has arrived. So right now, we're trying to coordinate, thanks to Darren for working and getting that for us. It was quite an endeavor, but now we know where to find it. We're working with the village right now to hopefully set up their Bobcat. They'd come down there with an operator and dump the mulch in the various places it's needed. DC Can has offered to come down and borrow our rakes and so on, and they'll get it all raked out, so hopefully we'll get that done here during this week, I'm hoping. The pool committee, we met with the designer, the architect, this last week. Had a couple 2-hour meeting with him. Went over some concerns. Eric Robert had done the review for us. He had a list of concerns, or suggestions basically, which we shared with the architect. He went back, made the changes that we were looking for, and we're at about 80% right now, and we're just about ready to go to the Department of Health. Chris Maney is sharing some information he has from our last trip through the Department of Health with the architect, and the two of them are combining everything together, and hopefully that will be off to them. We are going to submit to Parks and Rec at the same time as the Department of Health, and so we can hopefully speed that along, and if everything stays on track at this point, we're hoping that we can be going out to bid sometime towards September, end of September in that area. So that's our hope. Right now, it'll be basically waiting on the Department of Health in that process. So things are looking very, very good right now.
personnel,
Nothing at this time.
okay, building, anything?
No.
Anybody know of any IT other than?
Camera seems to be working.
Camera seems to be working. Well, we'll find out, I guess. Okay, code enforcement committee, Tom, Billy?
Well, Dale's been on vacation for 2 weeks, and it's been a very busy 2 weeks for me, picking up the slack, I gotta tell you. I do want to report that things are moving really quite well up at the Delhi Rehabilitation Center. We're going to be placing concrete on the floors for the 2 new wings. Studs and realignment of the rooms in the old wing are completed, and sheetrock is going up. So it's progressing along quite well. Talking with their engineers, they're quite happy. They haven't had any setbacks, but they will be starting to pour concrete on the slab on the second floor Thursday morning at 6. So the concrete trucks will be rolling through Delhi bright and early. So it's looking very nice.
Great.
Good.
And I hope Dale comes back on Thursday. Because doing half
Does
the
that mean
county
you
is
gotta
just
cover
too
next
much
time,
work.
Bill?
I'm not
No,
qualified.
You're not qualified? That's why I retired. Okay, Well, it takes us right up to the code enforcement report for July. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Justice Court report. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, just like, what?